Yes, happy evening.
Yeah.
Welcome, and we are on live now. Wishing you a
Thank
very,
you.
very happy and a prosperous new year. And with this positivity, as you're aware, myself, Vandana, clinical psychologist from VCOP, we've been doing a lot of mental health awareness programs and series and all. My main motto is that where I want to create as much as awareness as possible. Okay, so this is one platform which I've been doing it recently, where we are trying to link it up mental health with various other professionals and how it is linked to various other fields. So that's the purpose of this, and we want to do it for lay public. And this being a new beginning and a new start again, we want to make it very positive. So we thought we'll link it art with mental health and start with that positive note. And with that positive note, I invite Uma Maheshwari, a well-known person when it comes to art, because I've seen some of your art in various other exhibitions through my friend. Welcome, Uma, and you can introduce yourself and talk a little bit about Flying Rainbow. Over to you, Uma.
Thank you. Thank you, Vandana. It's so much happiness to be here with VCOP and joining in this FB Live and talking about mental health and art. It's a very interesting topic. It goes something, very well. And thank you really very much for inviting. And it's a new year, and I wish all the viewers a very, very happy and prosperous new year, a colorful, vibrant one. And this is Uma, and I run an organization called Flying Rainbow Creative Arts Center, which is an art institution basically. And we teach children from 6 years to 13 years, and we have various levels of programs for different age groups. And we bring in the curriculum which is related to more of a life skill than a hobby. We don't want arts to be just seen as a hobby or a pastime. It is a life skill. It is as equivalent to reading, writing, and speaking. So it's one of.
Exactly. I think that's a good beginning, Uma. You have said that it is a life skill, and I also personally feel mental health and art goes very well, and art has lot of positivity, as you rightly mentioned. With this colorful, it is not just hobby, it is much beyond that, where it is associated with mental health, it is associated with brain development, as well as various other things. I think with that only we are going to discuss. So maybe we'll go straight into the topic. There are a few people who are watching us, and few more would be joining in. I welcome you all, everyone, and I expect a lot of questions from you, so that we'll make it as much as interactive as possible. So Uma, tell me, what kind of different types of art and craft that you do it in your organization? I think there is a bit of connectivity issue. Is there? So until we correct this connectivity issue, we can request some of our viewers to shoot some questions, and so that when Uma join in, she can just take it up. So I think there is some connectivity issue. So Uma will be joining with us shortly. She lost her connectivity.
She will come.
Yeah. So as I was talking, mental health is a lot of connections with art. And why do we say art is important? Is art is a greater influence in terms of positivity and color. I think Uma is joining. Let me just include her. I'm not able to add her. Yes. Yes, Uma? Uma, can you hear us?
Hello?
Yes, yes. Uma,
Can
you're
you hear
back
me,
here with
Vandana?
us. Yes, yes, yes. I can hear you. Hi, Sandil. Hi, Aarti. Hi, Sabita. Yes. May I know, is there any courses available? Yes, definitely. We'll give you information on that. And there are a lot of new people. Welcome, Sandil. You are the very important person, is a media person. And I'm sure we did something on media and mental health also, how it influences and all that. Now, with regard to art, how it influences is it helps in creating a lot of positivity, and a lot of research has been showing that how art and different types of art, as we are going to discuss about that, that has an impact in terms of development, as well as when a person is going through some issue, how art helps them. So I think we'll wait for Uma will be able to address on that. Thank you, Sendil. Let me just check with her once, and we'll try calling her. Yes. Okay. Aarti has asked, what is the link between art and mental health? Aarti, you need to wait. Maybe she'll be able to address as mental health professional. Yes. Yes, Sedu sir, welcome. Wishing you a very, very happy New Year. Mananalamum, Oviamum, Nalamuyachi, Valthikal, Mika Mika Nandri, Sedu sir. Always you are there as a pillar of support for us. Art is a form of Yuvashri. Yes, art is a form of expressing emotions, right, ma'am? Yes, art is a form of expressing all your pent up emotions too. Because lot of time, what happens is like, Nariya, what upset or we are not able to express ourselves. There are a lot of things which not only children, because most of the time art or drawing or painting is mainly for children for their expression. No, there is something called art therapy itself. You're in a mute. I will. No, definitely. I think I am audible. I think there's a lot of technical glitch today.
Logging.
Yeah. Uma is trying to log in. She's been messaging us. She'll be with us right any moment. Yeah, I think. Now, okay. Thank you. Thank you. Welcome, Prabhu. Please tell us about OCD affected adolescents and autistic children, 12-year-old child to overcome the problem. This is a very broad question, Prabhu. We cannot address it in this public forum. Yes, what I was talking is like how art and art therapy itself. There is a separate course itself that we do, and in fact in our clinical setting we use a lot of art to understand people, because art is an expression, as rightly said, expression of your inner personality. So sometimes we use different mediums of art to understand people, and we also help them to overcome some of the issues. What happened? She is, I think.
She has to come with the link, right?
Yes, yes. She just. Let me just check. I really apologize for this technical glitch. Kindly wait with us and do support. I'll just check with Uma. வண்ண கோலங்கள் கூட ஒரு வகையில் ஓவியம்தான். கோலம் பெண்கள் ஸ்ட்ரெஸ் குறைக்கிறது. கண்டிப்பாக சேது சார். பிகாஸ் இப்போ நாங்க எல்லா விதமான ஆர்ட்டை பத்தி தான் பேச போறோம். Right from our traditional kolam to the recent one which is called mandala art, which people have been talking of late recently. நிறைய அதை பத்தி பேசுறாங்க. அண்ட் ஆர்ட்ல டிஃப்ரெண்ட் டைப்ஸ் இருக்கு. சிம்பிள் டூடிலிங் அப்படின்னும், சாதாரணமா கிறுக்கிறது கூட ஒரு விதமான ஆர்ட் தான். தட் இட் செல்ஃப் இஸ் மென்டலி ரிலாக்ஸிங் ஒன், அண்ட் தட் இஸ் வை there is a huge amount of therapeutic responses there for art. And this is a sort of, we call it an non-verbal kind, where verbal avangalaala express panna mudiyala appadina, through art and through these things they try to express their inner feelings and pent up emotions. Certain things avangalaala velipadiya solla mudiyala appadina, through art they try to express it. And again, நான் சொன்ன மாதிரி டூடிலிங்ன்றது சாதாரணமா கிறுக்கிறது, which even most of us would be doing. நம்ம நிறைய நேரத்துல பெண்ணை வச்சிருந்தோம் அப்படின்னா ஏதோ ஒரு சிந்தனையில நிறைய வாட்டி ஏதாவது கிறுக்கிட்டே இருப்போம். பட் ஆக்சுவலி இட்ஸ் அ கைண்ட் ஆஃப் ரிலாக்ஸிங். இது கிறுக்குவதை ஓகே, சேது சார் இஸ் இன் ஃபுல் மோட். எஸ், தேங்க்யூ சார். குழந்தைகள் சுவரில் கிறுக்குவதை அவர்களுக்கு மகிழ்ச்சி தருகிறதா? கண்டிப்பாக அவங்களுக்கு மகிழ்ச்சி தரும், பட் பேரண்ட்ஸுக்கு மகிழ்ச்சி தராது. But you have to understand, up to 3.5 years வரைக்கும் children used to do that, and actually அது வந்து ஒரு நல்ல விதமான ஒரு டெவலப்மெண்ட் தான். ஏன் அப்படின்னு பாத்தீங்கன்னா, நான் சொன்ன மாதிரி இட்ஸ் அன் எக்ஸ்பிரஷன், அண்ட் கலர்ஸ் வந்து ஸ்டிமுலேட் சர்டன் பிரெயின் ஏரியாஸ், அண்ட் தென் தட் ஸ்டிமுலேட் சர்டன் பிரெயின் பாத்வேஸ் எல்லாமே, அண்ட் அது வந்து டெவலப்மெண்ட்டுக்கு இம்ப்ரூவ் ஆகும். ஒரு குறிப்பிட்ட ஏஜ் மேபி அவங்களுக்கு டிசிப்ளின் சொல்லி கொடுக்கணும் அப்படி இப்படின்னா, we can allot certain area of the wall for children and then make them use that area itself, and then slowly tell them like இந்த ஏரியால they can use it. But definitely அது கண்டிப்பா அவங்களுக்கு மகிழ்ச்சி தரும். நான் சொன்ன மாதிரி எக்ஸ்பிரஷன், நீங்க ஒரு பேப்பர் பென்சில், இப்போ நிறைய பேரண்ட்ஸ் வந்து என்ன பண்ணுவாங்கன்னா, ஆர்ட் எடுத்துட்டு போய் குழந்தைங்களுக்கு கொடுத்துட்டு நீ வர, நிறைய ஃபார்ம்ஸ் ஆஃப், இன்னைக்கு வந்து எக்ஸ்பென்சிவ். ஒரு மால்ல போனா சில்ட்ரனுக்குன்னே செப்பரேட்டா there are so many expensive toys, expensive colorful items, and இன்னைக்கு கலர் பென்சில்ஸ் அண்ட் ஹியூஜ் இது வந்து வந்துட்டே இருக்கு. எஸ் எஸ் Uma,
Hi, I'm back.
Yes.
I think there is a lot of internet instability due to
yeah,
rains.
I know. Initially it was with me. It's okay. Welcome back. So what
Thank
we were
you.
just trying to warm up a little, and there are a lot of questions, Uma, on art. So let's
Okay.
get going. Now, Keta
Sure.
Madri, what are the different forms of art that you teach, or and what age group you start? So talk a little bit about that.
Sure. So we have both. We run various branches in Chennai, and in all our physical branches, I mean, I'm talking about before COVID-19 thing. We used to teach starting from 4 years.
Uh-huh.
Children from the age of 4 years to 14 years, we used to have that as the age group. And after COVID-19, as a temporary arrangement, we've not been running the centers because we wanted to maintain the social distance with children. So now it is online. In online, we teach from the age of 6 to 14 years, we teach. And we currently have multiple groups. One is 6 years and 7 years, and 8 years to 11 years is one, and above 11 years is another group. So there are like 3 different groups that we follow, and the curriculum also varies according to the age.
Okay. Now
And
that you said, if I am not mistaken, 6 years is what the time you are saying that you start, is it?
this is for
But there are
online. For
okay,
online,
it's for online. But
yeah.
offline, direct this thing, is there any age group that you restrict children or அந்த மாதிரி ஏதாவது இருக்கா?
Yeah, 4 years. Aதாவது beginning, there are requests even from 2.5 க்கும் கேட்பாங்க. Because see, the beauty of art is the first thing that the child learns to draw or write அப்படின்னு பார்த்தா the art தான் first வரும். Because
Yeah,
they scribble.
in
They
fact, I
scribble.
was telling there is a therapy itself called doodling.
Yes.
சும்மா கிறுக்கிறதே இட்ஸ் a therapeutic இது அப்படிங்கிற மாதிரி.
Yes. அதனால யாருக்கும் ஏபிசிடியோ ஐயோ 1 2 3 தெரியாது. ஆனா everybody knows how to draw a line, how to scribble, how to color a paper. So this is something that begins with the moment they start getting used to some material, some writing material. It could be a chalk piece writing on a wall or something. So they start. Another requests used to come from all different ages, but we take from 3.5. ரொம்ப early அப்படின்னா ரொம்ப request பண்ணாங்கன்னா, and if the child is like able to sit for like an hour or so, we take from 3.5. So that is the least age that we can actually start off with.
Okay. Now, but what I personally feel is like, see, there is a concept of in the age we have to give them pencil, we have to give them this thing and all that. But in our mental health setup, we see if a child of 3 years is able to put a circle, okay, then that is age appropriate. 3 years of development is there அப்படின்னு. ஸோ அதுக்கு முன்னாடி நீங்க சொன்ன மாதிரி சிம்பிள் ஸ்கிரிபிளிங். இன்னைக்கு வந்து லைக் சேது சார் வந்து சொன்னாரு, செவுத்துல கிறுக்குனாலே வந்து குழந்தைங்களுக்கு சந்தோஷம், பட் பேரண்ட்ஸுக்கு எந்த அளவுக்கு சந்தோஷமா இருக்கும் அப்படின்னு. ஸோ அந்த மாதிரி வாட் ஐ எம் சேயிங் இஸ், ஐ திங்க் வி ஷுட் இன்ட்ரடியூஸ் சில்ட்ரன் வித் சம் ஃபார்ம் ஆஃப் திஸ் திங். பட் மெட்டீரியல்ஸ் இஸ் வாட் இம்பார்ட்டன்ட். இப்போ ரொம்ப thin pencils or thin color pencil sketch குடுக்கிறதுக்கு பதிலா you can go in for a thicker ones where they can hold, and this fine motor grip they will get, and then they can play with the colors basically. In fact, I would suggest lot of these watercolors rather than the chemical colors which they use, which is harmful, and that there's a whole lot of debate is about that, so and the madri I think we should and again see there is this question of how do you link art with mental health அப்படிங்கிற மாதிரி சொல்றாங்க. So what is your say on that?
Yeah, art actually comes from the mind. It's actually starting from the mind. So basically, I think, I'm sure you would know, but just for the viewers' benefit, I will share this. Our brain is not just one. It is kind of divided into two, not really physically, but then that's how the functioning is classified. So the right brain and the left brain. So the right brain is more into, there's a lot of creativity, music, emotions, something to do with innovation. All that comes basically from the right brain, and the left brain is more mathematical, scientific, calculative, logical. So this is creative and that is logical. So basically The mental health, when you talk about mental health, it is directly related to art, because the creative brain, which is the right part of the brain, is very much linked to this. What happens is, when you do art, there are a lot of additional things that you get as a benefit, and that really helps you mentally. இப்போ ஒரு நம்ம ஒரு drawing
சொல்லுங்க.
இப்போ ஒன்றும் இல்லை, ஒரு சிம்பிளா ஒரு டிராயிங், ரொம்ப ஒரு பீஸ்ஃபுல்லா நம்ம உட்காந்து நம்ம ஏதோ நம்மளுக்கு கலர் பண்ணணும், வரையணும்னு தோணுது. ஜஸ்ட் பேசிக்லி யூ டோன்ட் ஹேவ் டு பி a professional. நீங்க ஏதோ பண்றீங்கன்னா, பண்ணி முடிச்சதுக்கு அப்புறம் just nothing like ஒரு simple satisfaction you get. That is the first thing. At the end, it is a big step when it comes to mental health, because at the end of the day, your inner child should be happy.
Exactly. No, that's what
it's
I
as
was
simple
telling.
as that.
That's what I was telling. See, it has lot of things, right from development to expressing your pent up emotion to therapeutic.
Yes.
To that level it goes on. So initially இப்போ நிறைய பேரண்ட்ஸுக்கு என்ன அப்படின்னா, எல்லாத்தையும் ஒரே டைம்ல இன்ட்ரடியூஸ் பண்ணிடணும் அப்படிங்கிற மாதிரிலாம் இஷ்யூஸ். பட் வாட் ஐ சே இஸ், எஸ் யூ கேன் இன்ட்ரடியூஸ், பட் அதை ரொம்ப ஸ்ட்ரக்சர் பண்ணணும்னு நினைக்காதீங்க. Just because art is something which is free mind, you have to make it as creative as possible, and அந்த மாதிரி I think you should explore. So நம்ம ஏஜ் பத்தி டிஸ்கஸ் பண்ணோம். Now, importance of art class in school, what is your say on that? How many schools or how many curriculum has art as one subject, or art at least weekly once?
You're going to put me in trouble.
No, see, we're not here to talk or put down anybody. In general, why it is important?
Yeah, see, if you ask me, in my first introduction itself, I told art is it is also a life skill. It is as equivalent to writing, reading, speaking. That's my thing. I strongly, very, very, very strongly believe in it. Anything that you do in your day-to-day life, there are so many things that you do. There is art involved in it. It has to be, the importance has to be there. There is no doubt about it. And the other thing, in our school, at least in our Indian education system, if the majority focus is on the left brain development, because there is a structure. We follow the structure. There are calculations, whether it is science or maths or English language, everything. So there is a super importance given, and we are very good in it as a country. I'm talking about within India at least. And but the opportunity for creating, how much is available, is a question mark. Yes, there is availability of opportunity to a very little amount of time, because there is one period of art in a weekly schedule. Every timetable of the class has one period that is like 45 minutes, and sometimes it may not happen also. Sometimes studies take over that time also. In some schools, they're not able to prioritize. There is so much happening around. So what happens is, ஒரு மாசத்துல ஒரு 1.5 hours ஆர்ட்டுக்கு ஸ்பெண்ட் பண்ணா அது great time. But அந்த 1.5 hours how much of creation is something that children can do அப்படின்றது தான் question. So that is my only thing. So it is definitely important, if you ask me. And how much schools are able to follow, they're also
I think it's a big question mark on
that. It is.
And there is lot of other things involved, and then I think PT and art is the period which is being taken when other things has to be addressed. I agree with that. Yes. But நான் என்ன சொல்றேன்னா, see, நீங்க சொன்ன மாதிரி 1.5 hours இல்லைன்னா கூட, at least in a day or in a week, weekly thrice or twice or something, they can just sit and then just free themselves. I think that is a sort of just being with yourself and then being very mindful. Now again, for art nave நம்ம வந்து again we are talking only for children. But what I want to insist here is, art is not only for children. Drawing and painting is not for children alone. It is for adults too. நான் சொன்ன மாதிரி சிம்பிள் டூட்லிங், நீங்க சொன்ன மாதிரி ஒர்க் பண்ணிட்டே இருந்துட்டு யூ ஆர் ஜஸ்ட் கெட்டிங் ஒரு மாதிரி ஃப்ரஸ்ட்ரேட்டட் ஆர் ஸ்ட்ரெஸ்ட் அவுட் அண்ட் ஆல் தட். தேர் ஆர் டிஃப்ரெண்ட் வேஸ் பீப்புள் கோப் வித் த ஸ்ட்ரெஸ். சம் வுட் லைக் டு கோ ஃபார் அ ஸ்மோக், சம் வுட் லைக் டு கோ ஃபார் an eat, or some would want to play a game and things like that. But what I would say is this is one stress buster where they can just quick their mind.
Yes.
Right? Don't you think
Yes.
so?
Very
Yes.
much, very much, very much.
Yeah. Now, see, Uma, we are in the era of digital. Okay. Now there is lot of digitalization, and everything has a flip side and everything has a benefit to it. Now,
Yes.
when it comes to art, what is your say on that? COVID, how was it, and how could you manage? And is it really healthy when it comes to art in a digital form?
So there are two things. So your question is about learning or teaching online. Is that the question, or doing digital art, like digitally doing paintings? Which is the question? Just to
Yeah.
just
No,
to
no.
just,
The thing is, see, now a lot of them, I know lot of them, because now everybody has an accessibility to some form of gadget. Okay. And
Yeah,
the most
yeah.
important one is mobile, and you have umpty number of apps today. So there are, even in terms of painting and coloring, children
yeah.
also prefer, or I know a lot of adults who do painting
Yes.
in the digital form. It's simple
Yes.
coloring of it. So
Correct.
how far is it good? Now, see, there is debate in terms of mental health separately, but as a professional in art, what is your say? How is it? It is workable or not?
No, for me, I think the it is just a upgradation of the art. I would really welcome it. I am definitely agreeing to accepting digital art as definitely an art form. This is also it's
One
just a
form of
stage.
it.
See, earlier, okay, if we are not adapting, earlier this art kind of thing started in the Ajanta cave kind of a thing. That's when it started, and then it evolved. So paint and brush and so many acrylic painting, everything evolved as a material. So this is also another shade of that advancement. It is just an advancement, and also I like it because it makes more people access. It really makes more people to do it. At the end of the day, we want everybody to enjoy art. So it's not like, only if you take up a canvas board and do some painting on it, and only that is accepted as art. No, need not. This is another kind of evolution that has happened, and I think we should welcome it. Maybe we should categorize it. There are different
Maybe
forms.
as you beautifully put, it is just evolving. So it is evolved from the cave painting to the brush painting, and now to digital paint.
Yes.
So I think it is just one, right? Okay.
Yeah.
Now, see,
Definitely.
there are different kinds of art. So now, when it comes to traditional form of art, what do you think? What are the different traditional kinds?
Yeah.
Because I'm a very
Within
big fan of traditional aspects.
art. Yeah. So within India, I mean, you have no limit for the traditional art. So much is available, because in fact, in our curriculum, that is a specialty that we teach. Every month, we take up one traditional art from one state of the India. So we teach that, and every month we also have one international folk or traditional art. Every month there is one. So maybe this month we do Australian folk art, next month we do Mexican folk art, and this month we do something to do with kalamkari art from Andhra, and next month we do Warli art from Maharashtra. So we do that. We are very strong believers of that, and definitely there is so much available in the country. In fact, we are actually studying, we are doing research. The research is like endless. It goes on. The more you go deeper, the more you discover. So there are a lot of traditional arts which are, in fact, there are arts, like there is something called Kinnala art from the state of Karnataka. There are only 23 people in the entire country who know that art. If those 23 people are not, I mean, after a point, I mean, that generation, if it is not taking up, that art will die. So
exactly.
I felt
It will go for an extinction then.
yes. So there is a lot that I think we can do in kind of learning, supporting the folk art or a traditional art, and a lot of development has happened in that era also. I mean that area also. Like say today you see a Warli art of Maharashtra being printed on on the walls in the interior the interior decorators have started using those as kind of concepts. You can see furnitures being designed with those kind of arts. You can see Madhubani art in saris. There is a lot that has happened. I think we should keep doing it more and bring it to everyday life so that that can also live and you enjoy by doing that.
I think most of the mothers when they come to my clinic, I tell them, see, there is something called waiting time, getting tokens. Gone are those days. Okay, so what they do is immediately, see, again, I'm not holding it only to children. Again, see, when I see in adult clients also, when there is time, when they have to wait for few minutes, though not long waiting hours.
Yes.
Only thing they stick on to is mobile and WhatsApp. They do the kind of
Yes.
posters that they have and things like that. So maybe why I'm saying this is like we should introduce children at the very youngest age the different forms of art, because as you said, umpty number of arts and each has its own benefits. See, I don't want to go more technically, as you said, right brain, left brain. Let's not go into that, because again there's a lot of debate about associating connection areas and things like that. But the simplest thing is just to stimulate our brain. I think we should jump into colors and then take that daily into our this thing, because always we have seen that colors and mood has a greater impact. So what is it for have you come across anybody in children, or where initially they came, they were very reluctant to join? Because most of the time what happens is parents only will push them. Vanga, we'll just put them in some class and all that. So are there children who get interested once they join? And is there any particular form of art which they really like it? What is it, your take?
Yeah, actually there are a lot of hidden talent coming out from that this kind of art classes, because initially like say 5 years 6 years, the parents also are not aware what is the keen interest of the child. They may not know. They bring them here and say, like, I don't know, ma'am, I really don't know what is my child's interest. I'm trying to introduce various things to him or her, and let's see. And when they come here, we find that many children, they really start learning with full interest, and the absolute ability comes out really, and the way the creativity works, their creativity works, the kind of ideas that they have, and the kind of interest they show, the kind of extra effort we give, some kind of work to them, they go and do. Ma'am, I did 3 pictures, you told me to do 1 picture, but I did 3 pictures, can you see, do you like this, that kind of a thing. A lot of hidden talents actually come up by exposing them to these kind of classes. And in some cases you also come to know, maybe some children are not interested in art also, that also can happen. So not like, you can't say every child will like everything. So maybe they are interested in some kind of a physical work, like say tennis or a swimming or something like that. So we also come to know what is their choice of learning and interest area. That happens. So the exposure the parents give to the child helps to decide whether to take it forward or not.
Okay, that's a real good one, because I also tell when the brain is at the younger this thing, okay, it is trying to evolve and then trying to get matured. I think my voice is echoing. Is it clear?
For me, I'm okay, Vandana.
Okay, fine.
It's clear.
Yeah. So we have to introduce these things at the very young age, as you rightly said, to understand what is their liking and whether they really have a wish for it and then go about doing it. So in that case, art is very important. Again, not only for children, but I do suggest even for adults and sometimes for old people post retirement and things like that. I think they can take up something like this, which will be more refreshing for their brain. And there is a lot of debate going on in terms of degenerative disorders like Alzheimer's, memory issues, and a lot of other things, which is a kind of, we can postpone it a little, and then it is a kind of brain gym kind. Art is a kind of brain gym exercise, which is brain is a puzzle which if you don't again I think there is okay. Now some of them are asked, do you teach special children? Is art for special children, or have you come across children who are specially challenged, and then do you teach, or is there any specific course?
If you ask me, is there art for special children? Definitely. In fact, it is for everybody, and it is definitely there for special children. And in my experience, what I've seen is I've attended a lot of exhibitions. I used to go to Cholamandal Artist Village, which is a art village of artists in Chennai, in Injambakam. If you go there, you will have a yearly display. There is a display for special children. Special children, they display their art talent. You should see. I always used to say this is the best than anybody else's art. In this exhibition, they do that beautiful. Their mind is free flow, and they have so many thoughts. They are able to express. Only thing, our organization, we are yet to start special children art education, because that needs a little bit of extra training that we need to undergo before we take up that, because it is a little more sensitive area to handle. So we need to be really prepared, and it is definitely on our list. But as of now, we are not doing it, but we support the initiatives. If there are any initiatives related to special children and their art skills and things like that, some exhibition or anything, we support them very well. So, but beyond that, we are not. Are you able to hear me? Are you able to hear me, Vandana?
I think again there is. Yes, you are with us again. I think there is lot of technical glitch, Uma, today.
Okay. I think maybe because of the range.
Maybe as you said, handling special children. Yes, you definitely need a different set of training altogether, because unless you understand them, you may not be able to help them, and it may turn out to be the other way, where they try to have a lot of behavioral issues and all that. But yes, art is very important for them also. That is why I think in schools they have a different colors of furnitures, and then colors of display around them, because that definitely stimulate their brain. Now,
and colors have power. Colors are really very powerful. Each color has a power, and there's no end for the colors that are there in the world. There are so many shades, so many colors that are available in the world. You have the red, yellow, red, yellow, orange, which is called warm color, which gives you kind of a warmth, which gives you a feel of warmth. And blue, green, and purple, those are called cool colors. When you see those colors, you get a kind of a cool kind of a feeling. And usually if you associate these two in the natural thing also, these colors are actually associated with those particular objects. Like, say, red means fire, red, orange, and all that is like fire, and blue and green is like trees and the sky, water kind of a thing. So the colors have power, magical power actually. That is
Definitely.
why even the adults actually enjoy doing art. When they use colors, they feel that little bit of therapy coming out. So yes, as you said, that's why I think
it has a positive impact. There is no doubt on that. Okay, there is another question, which is by Yuvashri. She is asking, see, I used to draw and scribble something when I get bored. Why does it so, and is that good?
That is because your inner child is always craving to create something. It's very simple, when you create something, you get energy, you feel happy, and you feel very enthusiastic and energetic. That is when you do it and you keep it for yourself. What happens is, in when you take it up a little further, you go share it with somebody. What happens? They start appreciating you. Wow, very nice, Yuvashri. I think this is a great doodling that you've done. So what happens? You get more energy from the outer world also. And
True.
that's the power of art, because you do it, it's your choice. You do it, you keep it. There are people, in fact, I remember this actor Sivakumar sir. Actor Sivakumar sir, everybody knows. He always used to say, I have hundreds of paintings that I've done. He's more an artist. After that, only he's an actor. He used to say, I have hundreds of paintings. I've not sold it to anybody. I've not given it to anybody. I have all that in my collection. I have it with me. So there are people like that. They want to do it and keep it with them because it gives them a lot of energy. Because the creation feeds the inner child. You kind of feel happy, and you kind of feel a sense of satisfaction in doing something. Yeah.
True,
And
true.
your thoughts are being expressed. So that is kind of like, it's as equivalent to me coming and sharing something with my friend. When I share something, I feel like little relaxed and happy. It's as equivalent to that.
One thing is, art makes you be in the present moment.
Absolutely.
When you get stressed, okay, as you rightly said, you're collecting all your thoughts and then putting it down. So it just comes out in any form, in whatever this is. That is a piece of art which is very beautiful for you. Getting appreciation is like, yeah, you are getting motivated and you want to do more and things like that. But what I feel is, art is nothing but being in the present moment and collecting all your thoughts and being at that moment and then conscious about it. So that way it is definitely. There is another comment which somebody, I don't know, there's no name written, but then they say that a mom's stretch mark is the most unique form of art.
Yeah. Oh wow. How nice. Yeah. Yes,
I know.
yes,
See,
yes.
so what
Completely
I
agree.
personally feel is like each one, it is, I think, in their eyes, how they appreciate. So, and now coming to this, what is it, in terms of this abstract art? There's no meaning or there's no structure. This abstract or art, what is it your say?
That is like, what happens is, between an abstract art and a realistic art. In a realistic art, like, say you see a painting like a lotus, you see a lotus on the canvas, you can identify it is a lotus. Anybody who's seeing can identify it as a lotus, or a peacock, or something. But in an abstract, you really don't know what it is, and it appears to you as you see it. The painting is, there is no there is no, I mean, sometimes they name it, the abstract artist, they name it, and most of the time it is untitled. They say it is untitled because it is their expression of what they have thought, and it is up to you to see however you want to see it. So there can be, there are places where you see a, like a plain canvas with a red dot on it. That's it. So for a small child, if you take the child and show it to them and ask, the child may say it is a Japan flag. It's a Japanese flag. They could see. Or if you talk to somebody else, they might say, I think it is the red color bindi on my mom's forehead. Somebody could say that, and it could be anything. So it's
So
how you see
basically,
it.
if I have to put it in one word, that is nothing but your projection of your feelings. Right?
Absolutely.
So
Absolutely.
we use it here to evaluate people, what is their mind, thoughts at that moment, and then we do use it for that. Now I welcome Geeta ma'am, and very happy to have you here. Please ask some questions, and you can also share your experience. As she said that it is a kind of relaxation. Yes, definitely ma'am, I agree with it. There's a question from Sabita. She's asking, is there any art therapy available to overcome any specific learning disabilities? Do you have anything to say on that, Uma?
No, there are art therapy classes. There are art therapists who are trained and professional people who are available, who can be approached. So, and there are a lot of people who are actually doing very good work in terms of art therapy, and a lot of institutions within India and abroad are actually kind of increasing the number of uh, programs that they do for catering to the needs of the
No,
needy
there
people.
are, there are, as you rightly said, there is a professional course itself is available
Yes,
where
yes,
there are, there are people who deal with special children in the
yes,
using of art as a medium, and there are people who try to, deal with your emotions, or what I want to say is a little more deeper. If there is any psychological issues and all that, we do have art therapy and all that.
yes,
But
yes.
I think in terms of specific learning disabilities, I am not very sure. But that can be used as a medium
Yeah.
to motivate children, and I'm sure children who has any kind of these disabilities, they do have one good solid power within them. I would say an extra benefit. When God takes something out, he puts on
Something he
another
gives you
thing.
something else.
Yeah,
Yes,
right.
yes,
So in that case, I know a lot of children who are good at drawing and painting, who are good at dismantling things and then putting, and then a lot of things. See, the art is not only drawing and painting, and I'm sure
yes,
a lot of these sculptures, origami, all
yes,
these things is also a form of art which you can use, and then that actually helps them to develop their fine motor skills, because most of these children have difficulties with these fine motor issues and processing and all that. So definitely it helps. And Geeta Bam is saying artistic children express a lot of feelings through art. Yes, definitely, because there is a difficulty in terms of communication for them, so
yeah.
they definitely express a lot of their needs and emotions through art. Definitely I agree with that. So that is why we say that it is not only for children, or it is not for special children, it is for every one of us, where we definitely have to get into art and then use it as a medium of relaxation.
In fact, these
Now,
days, adult coloring books have come. I'm very happy, to see those books. A lot of adult coloring books. It's all printed, and you just have to buy some color pens. And any adults, I mean, I'm talking about any senior citizen also. They just have to do the coloring, and it's kind of, it gives them energy. And mandala is a new art
yeah,
that is kind of,
I was in
it's
your
not a new art.
absence. I was just talking about mandala. Mandala is again a lot of research is going on. Definitely, mandala has a lot of therapeutic this thing, and I
Yes,
think they can start with simple mandala art to
yes,
make it as much as complex as possible, and then that actually has lot of relaxing benefit. And
yes.
I'm sure a lot of them would agree. They have tried their hands in all these things during the COVID time.
Yes,
So
yes, yeah. That's
art
one
has
another good thing
avenue,
about
I think.
COVID.
Yeah, yeah, that is opened. And see, I would also recommend people, as you said, I don't know about adult coloring book, what you're saying, talking, it is just general this thing and all that, but sometimes freehand drawing do help. And then and I suggest that people who are working long hours, not necessarily for children, and again for aged people, they can have a simple set of color pencils, and then few drawings or few coloring would definitely have some change in their mood. And over a period of time, if you just do it, definitely alters your way of thinking, the way you reflect and the way you react and all that. So definitely it is therapeutic. Now, there's a question, Uma, where they say this online course which you're doing it, are you able to teach through video sessions, or how is it that you go about doing it?
So we teach only live, so we don't do through videos. The
Okay.
reason why we do through live is because one is there are millions of videos already available. So if I'm doing a video, I'm no different from any other video. And for us, we believe there should be two-way communication. It's not only the video that should be talking. The child should be able to talk to us, and we should be able to talk to the child. So that's the thing, and we work that way. So we only take, like, say in a batch we only take 10 children, and we usually give like a 90-minute timeline for a batch. So within 90 minutes, 10 children, we interact very well with them. We address one by one, it's one-to-one kind of a thing, but in a group setting. So we talk to them about their process, how they are going. We do a step-by-step teaching. We tell them to express their ideas. We'll give them few minutes and things like that. So the difference that is given by a live online class is, one is you are able to give an individual attention, you are able to talk to the child, you are able to motivate the child, which is something that the video cannot do, and you can clarify the doubts, and you can check the progress. So in a 90-minute session, we would be seeing the picture done by the child. They'll be displaying on the screen at least 6-7 times. So we are able to see, okay, is the child on track, and is she understanding, is he understanding? We are able to check. So all these are things. And in a class kind of a setup, in an online, you also have other children, right? One child learns from the other children. So there are 10 children in the class. You have, when you show up your picture, there are other 9 children also showing up their picture. So you get 9 different ideas in one kind of an opportunity. So the learning from others, that is also very
So I
high.
think that in a form it is motivating kind of.
Yes.
So
yes.
see, there was a question on, can we pursue art as a course or a job and all that? From my side, I know there's a lot of courses, professional courses itself is available, and I also suggest a lot of the parents who worry about the children's academics to pursue art itself as a course, and then there are huge opportunities is available as becoming it as a professional course, and I think they can take that as a medium to, in future, that's what, in future they can pursue their job in that field itself. And I'm sure, see, there are different forms. There's fashion technology is there, there's building drawings are there, there's CAD drawings are there, various jewelry making, so many other things. I could name only few which I know. I'm sure there are a lot of other things that is there. So I think they can take this as a medium, because there was a question on that. Now, is there anything in terms of, allergic, certain colors, certain medium, or, certain materials which is allergic? In your experience, have you come across?
Mostly no, because these days the material, earlier when I was a small kid, when we used to do paint and all that, especially paint, there are some of my friends who used to have a bit of allergy. They used to, if the paint is applied, like they put it on their hand and all that, they used to get allergy. This is like many years before, like at least more than 25-30 years before. But now there is a lot of research. The manufacturing companies, the stationery and color material manufacturing companies are doing it, and then only implementing it. So these days, in fact, it comes with a tag, non-allergic.
It says
material.
that non-allergic, animal tested, this, that, and all.
So these days I'm not seeing those kind of issues coming up. The only one mistake happens. What happens is, when the student is buying the paint and things like that, when they pour water, and then if they don't keep it in the open air for some time and things like that, and then they close the lid and all that, after some time there are fungus that can form.
Okay.
So that might lead to a little thing. So what we do as art teachers is, we teach them what is the right way of using the material. What is the right way of storing the material?
That is very, very important. Yeah.
So we teach that, because when the kids come to us, mainly we teach them how to do the material handling, and also tell them, like, there are some things they should not be doing with the art material, like they can't put it on their mouth. there are few things when the small children, like we teach even 4 years old in our physical classes, right? So we tell them you don't do all that, and we teach that. So but especially when it comes to the paint and things like that for the upper aged children, we tell them how, in fact, even the canvas board, even that you need to keep on under sunlight. You have to reverse it and keep it under sunlight for some time. If you're storing it for a very long time, even there fungus can come. Those are things, wherever there is water involvement, these can happen. So we teach them all that.
Okay, now Uma, this is a question from my side. There are people who are into professionals like me, and then they want to do it. Is there any short-term course which they can learn, and do you offer anything of that sort?
As of now, we only focus between the 4 years and 14 years, but we are going to come up with programs for adults where we also have, like, after the online, because earlier the challenge that we had was physically for people, working people to come and learn was like, those are the difficulties that earlier was there. But after COVID, in a way, these are positive things that are happening after COVID coming. So we are also coming up with something, but it might take a little time to put up something, but then we are planning to come up with something. And even otherwise, there are courses available for adults online. You can do either as a certificate course, or just no diploma, no certificate and all that. You just do it for yourself. You just learn something. It's for your relaxation. There are courses available, and now most of the organizations have converted it into online also. And we are also planning to come up with a curriculum for
adults. And I think,
adults.
see, more than pursuing it as a course, I think you should take it up as a hobby. And then again, as a mental health professional, I would say that, every day doing the same work is not good. So I think you should take a break and then do something else, so that you create a different pathway in your brain, and then again it stimulates, rather than, there are things which say, you have to use your non-dominant hand and non-dominant things that you have to do it to stimulate certain. So in that way, I think, like, as you said, some of them who are completely left brain and then their right brain is not this thing, I think they should take up, that's what I asked, short-term course like that.
Yes.
Which will help them.
Yeah, these are available. And how we can make use of it, like, from my side, I wanted to say this because even for a normal person who's not into art or anything, you can also make art a part of your life by doing few small things. Like, say like, say you want to have a bookmark for yourself. Please don't buy a bookmark from anywhere. Just take a old wedding card that came to your house, like, just cut the plain portion of it, make a kind of a card, just do some kind of an art with it and use it. If you're going for a wedding, if you're giving a gift label, you usually get a printed sticker from shop, best wishes, happy birthday. I mean, for me, it's just a paper. So do something where you just take a small chart or small paper, even an A4 paper, write something using your hand, do some sketch pen, some stars or some decoration, and then fix it and give. And as you start doing, you will get better at it. After 1 year, you keep doing it. How many weddings, how many gifts you will be giving in a year? You will improve in terms of using that as a skill. And these may look very, very small when I say it, but I'm telling you, it is very, very powerful. And the
I think I agree with it. To make something, I think you need to start with a small step, and then you should do it. I think that's a wonderful idea and the tip which you have given.
And even the greeting cards, these days, greeting cards are forgotten. So take a chart paper, just cut it like a small piece, and then draw something, write something, and you can do calligraphy, you can do anything.
That is one way of bonding, where parents, children, and even grandparents can sit together. And I'm sure, as you rightly said, attending wedding, now it is like socializing has become more, birthday parties, this, that, umpty numbers are coming up, and I think they can use this medium to create bonding and again doing something new. So that way,
these are things that nobody would throw it. That's the best
Exactly.
thing. Nobody would
Exactly.
throw it. They'll always preserve it. And we all have, like, all our school time greeting cards, we still preserve it, right? So
And I do
it's a
I do have still, and
yes,
I'm a
yes.
very great fan of that. As you said, that simple cutting itself. When we
Yes,
used to stick the label instead of a square cut, can we make a different cut? Can we do? I
yes,
think in a way you are also teaching your children to, again, use these creativity rather than simply going and then buying and
yeah.
ready-madely using stuff.
If it
So
lies only inside the book, you may not get the motivation more. If you start using it in your real life like this,
daily life, yeah.
the chances of you continuing it is very, very high. That's what I
Yeah.
kind of recommend.
I think that's a good note on a new year, this thing. So maybe somebody wouldn't have done it on a new year greeting, they can still do it on Pongal greetings,
Pongal,
and
yeah.
you know and it is a real good thing. Our Indian, this thing is loaded with festivals, loaded with occasions and things like that. So if not, you are able to enroll in a course. I think what Uma has suggested, that's a good one, which you can use it and then build up your creativity and put another feather in your this thing, that I can do this also, kind of. So in a way that will definitely help you to relax yourself. And with this note, is there anything else, any other questions, or anything else? If anybody wants to ask, they can type in and then we can ask. Other than that, Uma, is there any other useful tips you have, you can add on?
Yeah. So yes, as we were speaking, art is something that, whether you want to take it up of a profession or not, you still, if for your happiness, for your inner satisfaction, you can do. But I also have a message for the parents, because parents have this question on mind: should I encourage my child to get into art or not? Whether will it be useful or not? As a parent, they do have their evaluation, because every time you put your child in a class, there is a lot of effort that a parent takes in to ensure the child is in the class, and there are he or she is supported with material, and the schedule is followed, all that. So I just have this small message for parents. Whether we don't know whether the child is going to get into an art field later on after 20 years, at the age of 5 or 6 or 7, we don't know. Even the child does not know, nobody knows. But it is an exposure that you can give. And what happens is, sometimes the children really who are interested in the art, they just hold it and they grow with it, and they are the people who prepare well. They handle their
Emotions.
academic requirements. Like, if you want to become an architect, there is no other way without writing a NATA exam. NATA exam has a paper on art. You have to do that paper. And if you want to apply for a fine arts, you have a selection exam. You have to do art. And if you even in even if it is in medicine, you still have to draw a lot of pictures if you want to become a doctor, to study or to explain the process to your patient. Even if you become a doctor, even after that, all that. So, and you have graphic designers, you have so many professions that are related to art: photography, advertising, media, so many. So there are a lot of professions that your child can get into. That is also one. Or even otherwise, they just do it for their enjoyment.
So Uma, that's the reason why. One reason from my side is how to link art and mental health. Another reason is like how they can actually pursue it in the later this thing. So
Yes.
I think with this positivity, we will end with the fresh note of taking art as one of the resolution, and then doing it on, if not on a daily basis. See, I, as mental health professional, again I want to insist is like, at least do it 10-15 minutes in a day, if not alternate days. So you start with it initially, as Uma suggested. With that, you definitely find a lot of change in your mood. So with this positive note, we will wind up today's session. And thank you, Uma, for accepting. I know where you are, and in that short this thing, you have accepted and you have allotted this time for us. Thank you so much. And I thank all the people who regularly log in for our Facebook Live and give us a lot of support. I expect the same in 2021 also, as we are trying to do all these things. So without your support, it's not possible. Thank you, Uma, once again. And I'm sure a lot of them would be inquiring with you because there are a lot of questions on art course and, they want their children to enroll or all these things are there. So thank you once again, Uma.
Thank you so much, Vandana. Thank you. Thanks to VCOP, and you are doing a wonderful job of bringing a lot of the professionals and connecting them to mental health. And I think there is a lot of benefit that the viewers are getting, and viewers number is going on increasing. I can see that, and I really wish 2021 and beyond is going to give a lot of very good fortune for the organization. And please keep continuing doing the good work, and I will be one continuous viewer who will be watching your page to learn.
Thank you so much. And as I said, my main motto is to create awareness because that is what everybody is lacking. Thank you so much, and I wish everyone a happy weekend again, and continue your New Year celebration throughout, and wish you all a very good health and a prosperous New Year. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye.
Yes. Bye.